Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, my mic is down. Hello, hello, Bloody Hockey. Hello. To anybody new who might be watching this, who might watch the stream, or who will watch the VOD I upload to YouTube. My name is Crablord Caleb, or Caleb for short. I decided to experiment a little bit with the countdown feature, which might actually make the YouTube video a little bit awkward, but I'll tinker with that and see. I'm just trying to. Every time I stream, I want to test out something a little bit new to get more accustomed. Hey, Vice Grip, how's it going? I was saying is every time I stream, I want to test out something a little bit new and interesting to try and get accustomed to more features. So today I was thinking we would play because it's not my normal streaming time. Um, because normally I've been playing from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern time, but today I had a very important an appointment. So I'm streaming a little bit later. So I thought we would do some Halo custom games, which are like quite fun actually. So if either of you or if anybody who joins has Halo and would like to join, let me know. Say in stream, and then we can maybe invite you to the game. And I'm just gonna. Halo custom games can get pretty wacky, so I think it'll make for some like really fun content. Lucas as well, who you might remember from a couple nights ago. Lucas might also join us in the near future. He's a big Halo fan, but he hasn't responded to. He said he would play, and then he hasn't responded to my message. So I'm assuming he's like stuck in a family dinner, locked at the table or something. So yeah. Anyways, let's boot it up. I managed to get the Crablord Caleb gamer tag today, and I was very happy. I switched my gamer tag from what it was before. Might have to adjust the volume. I'm expecting I will. Because if there's anything I've learned in the past few days, it's that like if there's anything I've learned from the past few days is that every game is too loud. So let's see. Oh, it doesn't seem too bad actually. I think the Halo line for that is let's finish the fight or finish the fight. That was like the Halo 3 tagline back in the day. Okay. So we're gonna go to multiplayer, custom game browser. I'm just gonna click. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the filter. Normally, I play a lot of Halo Reach in particular, but I'm gonna turn off that special, and we're just gonna go to quick match, and it'll just match us to whatever's available. Okay.
Slayer.
Okay, oh, so this is just like default Slayer. Cool. The cake farting tagline? Okay. Halo is fun, actually. And the nice thing about MCC is you pay the price of, like, one game. So this is classic Slayer. I was hoping we'd get into something a little bit more wacky, but I can do a little bit of Slayer to warm up. What was I get? I was going. Oh yeah, so Halo is fun. The nice thing about MCC as well is that if you get Halo MCC, it comes with like.
Slayer.
Oh, interesting. It comes with like the 4 original Halo games, as well as Halo ODST and Halo Reach, which are both really fun. So you basically get like 5 games for the price of 1. Oh, I think I see a dude. Come on. Okay, there we go. Ha! We need to get you a 2-screen setup. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's making noises. Oh, so I haven't had a chance to look into the making the Discord server today. I was just starting to do it, and then the stream time came up because I got home not too long ago. But I'm planning on doing that in the next couple, like probably tomorrow. So I should have a Discord server up and running soon. I want to add a couple like different channels in it, like one for like casual chatting, one for dank memes, whatever the people want. So if you have any recommendations of like good channels, or if anybody has set up a Discord server before and has tips, let me know. Oh, that's cool. What's it called? Oh, I got the guy. Haha. Star Garden. Okay.
Double kill.
Oh, cool. I remember being really bad at CE, but I'm also in custom games, so this isn't like the proper multiplayer experience. Oh. I just died from falling. Oh, okay. Oh, he's gonna snipe me, yep. Oh. Did I get him? I guess not. To use an external. So right now I'm using a mic attached to my headset. I do actually have a nicer mic that I've been thinking of testing out. Because I bought a setup because I wanted to start a podcast maybe a year or two ago with a friend, but then we were both busy with university. Ooh. So I never ended up actually like putting it to full use. I think we recorded like one tester episode, which I think I probably have saved somewhere. So maybe if I ever set up like a Patreon or something, I'll put that as like a cringy exclusive content that people can see. I don't know. Oh yeah, so yeah, you're hearing me through this right here. How does it sound, out of curiosity? Like, so I know I was having some sound problems the other day. Oh, that's just readjusting that. There we go. I think that's a good angle on my face. Oh no, you're losing my chin. What about my jawline? That's important. And the stand is, oh yeah. So mine is like kind of it's kind of like a classic podcast mic, but it sits on like a little mini tripod that's like kind of built into it. Somebody's shooting at me. Oh. But I do have that. I have also been thinking if I do some more like just chatting streams or something, like in the future, I might use the good mic for that. The problem with that mic when I'm gaming is that it's like, it sounds best if you kind of hold it like right here, or like hold it kind of like, you know, within a reasonable proximity, or if you lean in. And that's, I don't always have the option to lean in when I'm gaming. Sometimes I'm like focusing. So I think something like what I have now is best. One thing I am thinking is if I can manage to get to the 50 follower mark, which I would like to do, because then I could start like, oh, I did all right, 8 kills. So if I could get to the 50 follower mark, I can start to like get a little bit like AdSense or whatever, and then any money I make, Yeah, box fans are nice. I have an air conditioner running in here, actually, and I was really worried that it would interfere with sound, but it doesn't seem to be causing many problems. Ooh. But... what was I getting at? Oh, yeah, so... oh yeah, so one thing I'd like to do with the, like, first, because I'm not going to make, like, any real money if I can start getting AdSense. Oh, that was not fair. I just spawned in with a shotgun. What is happening? Okay. But I'm so confused. Oh, there it is. But I would like to reinvest any money I get. First of all, the first thing I want to do is I want to get a better webcam. Because my webcam right now is like a real crappy, like, it's like a cheap mic that a friend gave me years ago because I needed a new mic, or I needed a new, oh, I don't, okay. I needed a new webcam and she offered to give me hers. Let's see, can I get the sniper? Oh, it like despawned. I think he's using my shotgun now. But I would like to improve the quality, because I think that would... Seeing a better look at my face would look a lot better on camera, I think. And it would also make it better to for any YouTube uploads I might do. Right now I've just been like uploading basically raw streams. But I might want to like edit in the future or something. What? This is chaos. I'd like to do, maybe after this match I'll quit out and I'm gonna, like, see if I can find an infection game. Because infection is probably one of my favorite game modes in Halo. Oh, well, this guy's AFK. Oh, I have a shotty again. I see you. See you too. But, so one thing you can do, though, that I've done a little bit, with my gaming setup is, if you're worried about, like, sound leaking through your, mic, you can go into your PC settings and actually limit, like, limit the strength a noise needs to be in order to actually get picked up by your mic. So I've done that a little bit, and it cuts out most, like, fan noises from my computer. Okay, so I don't want these. Oh, okay. So that's why you normally can't pick up, like, any background noises. Unless, like, Christina talks really, really loudly or something. Oh, I lit myself on fire. Oh, shotty. Okay. Let's go. What? The final boss is myself. That'll happen in Bioshock Infinite. Oh, no, oh no. Double kill. Triple kill. Oh my goodness. Ah, oh, come on. Can I get that? Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Double kill.
Cool. Shoot. Okay. But, it's... So yeah, tonight is my plan tonight is I just want to take, I don't want to, like, only play Sonic games, so I'm going to take a break tonight, play some Halo, and then I'll be back to, I want to finish Sonic 06 the next time I stream, which is going to be, today is Wednesday, so... the next time I stream will be Sunday. Because my next 3 days of work are going to be kind of wonky. My schedule is kind of awful. And then after that, I'm going to do Sonic 06, finish that game up. And then hopefully by then, one of my goals for the next few days is to get Sonic Unleashed working. So after that, it'll either be Sonic Unleashed or Sonic Generations will be next. Which I'm quite excited for because I really like Generations. Oh. Well. Oh, never mind. Cool.
Triple
DX. Oh, I haven't played DX. Maybe I should go back. I don't know. What would you guys prefer to see? I'm open to suggestions. I haven't done DX. It is available on Steam, which would be good. The only thing I would need to do is mod out the... maybe I'll play all the campaigns, except for Biggs, and then I'll decide if I want to suffer through it.
game.
Okay, let's leave this level. Do DX. Okay, fine, I'll play DX. I'll do that next. After Sonic 06, I'll go back and do DX. I actually really like that game, so I don't mind. Okay, so let's browse a little bit. I want to do Infection. Okay, these... Have you guys ever seen a fat kid get... That sounds mean. So, this is a game mode that's like classic Halo custom games. Essentially, you have one guy who starts out... It's kind of like Manhunt. In like the schoolyard game. So you started with one guy who's it, and then they usually are like really buffed, so they're really hard to kill, but they move really slowly, which is why they're called the quote-unquote fat kid. And then whenever they kill people, these people then become like it as well, but they don't have the speed debuff. So it just gets progressively more and more difficult the more people who get caught. It's quite fun. Yeah, let's find a lobby that's actually open. Usually if you go down, you'll find more open lobbies. Yeah, here it is. Oh, so this is in the Halo 4 engine. That's interesting. I don't play a lot of Halo 4. It's definitely, like... It's not bad. It was the first game made by 343 as opposed to Bungie. Which means... For better or for worse, it has a couple problems. It's just not quite as... It's not as fluid as the earlier Halo games. Okay. Generally, when you join mid-game, the best thing to do is to follow the crowd a little bit. Because usually these guys, if they've been playing a couple rounds, will, like, know the map. Ooh. Here we go. Covenant Carbine. Probably one of the best weapons in the series. Oh my goodness. I don't know where the... where the it person is. Oh. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, so this one's fun. Normally you don't get these, like, progressively better weapons as the match goes on. Railgun. It's quiet. Too quiet. Yeah, that's gonna be a better choice. Spyro. I've actually never played Spyro. It looks fun. I feel like, as a kid, I didn't really play a lot of 3D platformers that weren't like Mario and Sonic. Is it on PC? Like, have they like re-released like a? I heard there was like a Spyro collection a few years back, but I might have been imagining things. First one, but I always love seeing Spyro streams. How many people is it? I've never. You know what's interesting? Spyro is a weird game because it's a game that's been around. Like, it's a series that's been around forever. Like, I always remember hearing about Spyro as a kid. Heard a lot about Spyro, like, you know, since then. Maybe I'll investigate that in a little bit. I'll just like open it up and check out the Steam store. But it's like one of those games where I've never actually met a Spyro fan in real life. They're like unicorns. Like, you hear about them, you hear legends about them, but you never actually meet them. See, maybe that's what the issue is, that I wasn't a PlayStation kid. My first system ever was the Nintendo GameCube. I remember my first video game ever was Finding Nemo, and then they also got me Looney Tunes Back in Action. But they never got me a memory card, so I got really, really good at, like, the first half of that Finding Nemo game, and, like, the first, like, 2 or 3 areas of Looney Tunes. Yeah. Oh, the Spyro game? Well, I'm sure we could figure it out, and if I can't figure... You know, I've been figuring out more esoteric level design in Sonic 06 at a few points, so I'm sure I could solve the mystery of Spyro. This guy trying to hit me? That's kind of rude. Rude. What's up? What you up to, Agent 58234? How's it going? I think he's AFK. Guess I'll swap for a rocket launcher. The one thing they did that was really weird in this game is, like, compared to Halo 3, which had like very and Halo Reach, which came out after Halo 3, had very grounded weapon sounds. Like all the human weapons sounded very like very realistic, as if like this is what, you know, a future rocket launcher would sound like. And my understanding is they did a lot of practical practical sound design for the original Halo games. Like they went out and they recorded like real explosions and in some cases like real guns in order to get the effects. Whereas like in Halo 4, when the game series switched to being run by 343, you can kind of hear it. It sounds very different. It's very it sounds very sci-fi, which like you would think that would fit the like Halo. Oh my goodness, there we finally found the fat kid. So you can see, like, he can't be killed. It's just not possible. I guess we're retreating? The trick has always been to kind of knock them back as best as possible. But this, apparently it's not working, so we're gonna get away. Leave this little turret here for funsies. But yeah, it was one of the. I don't know if you guys know much about the sort of like modern history of Halo, but it's kind of a weird story of like unfortunate mismanagement and like I think people sort of having visions of creating like a new sort of like FPS. Oh, I think wait. Caboose was kicked from the game. Yeah, okay, so like the sort of primer. I can give you kind of the like the wait, did the Oh, okay, no. So there is at least one person who's infected right now. So the primer on Halo. Is this a teleporter? Oh, that's cool. So it starts out in like the late 90s, early 2000s with this company named Bungie. And they originally set out to make a game for Mac. It was originally going to be a third-person shooter, which would have been a very interesting game. Some footage from those days has like leaked or been released, and it looks like a very interesting experience. Oh, so people are actually getting infected now. You can see like X person got converted to Flood. So eventually Microsoft comes in and says, we love the game you're making. We want you to make it for our new Xbox. We'll give you boatloads of money. But we also, as part of this contract, which Bungie probably thought at the time, they're like, whatever, we're getting lots of money, this can be great. As part of this contract, they gave technical ownership of the rights to the Halo franchise to Microsoft. Which was fine, because Microsoft said at the time, okay, cool, so we want to let you, we want you to make all the Halo games. Presumably, the first one was very... I killed? Okay. We want you to make all the Halo games. It's, like you did a really good job the first time. So then they go on to make Halo 2. It's a hit success. Halo 2 is probably... Okay, this... Neat. Halo 2 is probably one of the most successful video game launches of all time, especially in that era of, like, that generation of consoles. Huge phenomenon. Then they go on to make Halo 3, also a huge phenomenon. Probably not quite as big as Halo 2, but quite successful. And then after that, they start to realize, okay, so we've been making this franchise for a long time. This has been our last 10 years, basically, has been making Halo. We want to branch out. So they start coming up with this idea of Destiny. And so Microsoft... Free-for-all. Okay. So Microsoft says, okay, well, if you guys want to start making other games and start wanting to branch out, then we're not going to let you... We're going to take the Halo brand ourselves. We're going to make an in-house studio. And then our in-house studio is going to make the games from now on. And this was kind of... It was kind of underhanded. it was everything they did was okay, but it was kind of like, well, Bungie has been trusted to make these games forever. Why wouldn't you like leave them to continue their, you know, rampant success? But Microsoft realized that if they made the games themselves as well, they would get a bigger piece of the pie. They wouldn't have to, you know, share the proceeds with Bungie. So they did. They formed a studio called 343 Industries, who, from that point forward, started making all the Halo games. And pretty well immediately it sort of started running into problems. So some Bungie staff left Bungie to go work at 343, but most people stayed with Bungie. Most of the creative team, most of the developers, they preferred working for Bungie, and they said, we'd rather work for Bungie or for another studio. Some of them left. There's a company called Certain Affinity, which was founded by former Bungie members. So some of them did leave and then go on to form their own studios as well. But they just said, we don't want to work for Microsoft. This is a big company. They're known for being annoying and rude to their developers. They're well known for having really awful deadlines that that aren't conducive to good game development. So they just said, okay, well, if you want to take Halo and have it made by other people, then fine. You go ahead and we'll do our own thing. And so pretty well immediately, it started to run into problems. Halo 4 was made with the first major Halo game released by 343. And it just wasn't... They used the Halo Reach, which had been the most recent Halo game to date at that point. They used the Halo Reach game engine, and it just wasn't... There's something missing about it. I'll play some Halo Reach gameplay in a little bit so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. But it just wasn't... It wasn't as fluid. It was a little slower. The level design in the campaign felt a little bit more... What's the best word for it? It felt a little bit more like it was sort of just, you go from one encounter to another, and you're not really exploring a world. It doesn't feel like you're playing through levels that take place in the world of Halo. It feels like you're playing through arenas designed to contain the Halo gameplay. And it was missing something. And so 343, and they took the story in a very different direction. The first few Halo games were very much about vibes. They kind of operated on rule of cool, so there wasn't a lot of like character development throughout the game. The game's mainly focused on gameplay and then delivering a really cool, fun experience to fans. Whereas Halo 4 was the first game where they really wanted to tell more of a character drama, and I think maybe part of it was that 343 wanted to really distinguish themselves from Bungie, who had made the games up until this point. 343 really wanted to sort of put their mark on the franchise. This is not a Bungie Halo game, this is a 343 Halo game. And... I'm gonna get out of the way, this guy's gonna do explosions. And to be frank, while it's looked upon with a little bit more positivity today, the story didn't really go over well. I think they tried to do an interesting kind of a pseudo-romance sort of thing between the Master Chief and Cortana, who's the AI character, the blue lady. And it just was really awkward. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm the last man. That's really funny. Okay. I had no chance there. And yeah, it just didn't work out as well. The story... it was interesting, some of the ideas they tried to get at. They tried to play with this idea, so Cortana's this AI, but she's starting to feel sort of like she wants to know what it's like to be alive. She's like, well, my experience isn't real, because... Oh, now I'm the fat kid. You know, my experience isn't real because I'm not actually sensing it through flesh and bones. I'm sensing my experience through sensors. I'm being told about data. I'm not experiencing data. It was a really interesting sort of question of artificial intelligence that I really liked. But it... what in the world? Why do people just keep... What in the world? Okay. But yeah, it just didn't. I just don't think it resonated the same way. It was missing. Maybe it's because of the change of development staff. Maybe it's because of a change of creative leadership. Maybe it's just because the direction they took wasn't very good. But it was just kind of failed to resonate with fans. And so this by itself would have been a problem, but then they sort of did this weird thing in Halo, going into Halo 5. So Halo 4 set up this character called the Didact as the big villain. And when Halo 4 was reviewed kind of poorly, or at least not as well as previous games, although it still sold very well, they decided to take Halo 5 in a completely different direction. So they took the gameplay far more in line with major arena shooters of the day. They tried to make it a little bit more complicated, so there's a lot more movement techs in Halo 5 that make the game a little bit, actually kind of just complicated and hard to control properly, to be honest. They took out a lot of very, like, signature fan favorite weapons, and then replaced them with, like, weapons that just didn't feel quite as fun or as intuitive to use. And they also changed the story. They took it in a completely different direction. Master Chief was only playable for, who's like the main character of the series, he was only playable for 3 levels out of the total like 10 to 12. You played as like a different character, which fans didn't really enjoy. And so yeah, Halo 5 just wasn't, it really sort of felt like a step back. It felt like, and not like a step back to what they was good, but a step back to, or a step forward to a worse style of video game, or a worse style of game. And so there were parts that worked, of course, but 343 looked at this and said, okay, so instead of taking what people like about either Halo 4 or Halo 5, what we're going to do is we're going to then go back to the drawing board and start totally fresh. And this leads to the most recent game, Halo Infinite. They said, we're going to go back to like a more Halo 3 style of gameplay, which fans were really excited about. We're going to make it open world, and fans really thought that was really cool. But I'm trying to think of how to sort of explain this story in like a narrative format. But they were still, the problem is they were still 343. So I guess they had, my understanding is they did a bunch of development on this game, but it was very aimless. They sort of didn't have a cohesive direction that they wanted to take the total game. They only had sort of vague ideas of what the story and gameplay was going to be like. So they got about 2 years into developing this game and weren't getting, they weren't anywhere close to completion. So Microsoft sent in some like high-level executives to kind of figure out what's going on, including this gentleman named Joseph Staten. Joseph Staten is a legend in the Halo community because he was the original writer of the original Halo trilogy. So he's sort of really well respected by fans, really well liked. And he comes in and he just says, okay, this game, it's not coming together. We need to take a few things that worked, but basically scrap everything and restart development from fresh. And Microsoft said, sure, that sounds great. Like, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But you only get 2 years. And 2 years just wasn't enough time, to be honest. The game that came out, it was Halo Infinite. It's fine, but it was missing a lot of content that fans expected. There we go. It was missing a lot of content that fans really had come to expect from the series. Multiplayer content, like for single-player content. It was not nearly as big as had been promised. Halo Infinite was promised to be this huge open-world experience, and then it turned out to be a very limited and small open-world experience, which really disappointed fans. And so it just really wasn't what people wanted. As of right now, Halo Master Chief Collection is a very fun experience. It brings us back to the glory days of Halo, so people who play can have a lot of fun. But I think the future of Halo is very uncertain now, because 343 has shown that it can't be trusted to make the Halo games. And recently Microsoft cut most of 343, and they cut a lot of their development studio staff, but they recently cut the narrative and campaign teams. So, yeah, I don't know. Halo fans kind of have to just subsist on the what's left from the glory days of the franchise. It seems it's kind of unfortunate. Sorry, that turned into a much longer explanation than I expected. Story time with Caleb, I suppose. It's not very fun playing as the fat kid, unfortunately, because it's very slow. But it's always annoying when you play these, because often the person who gets assigned fat kid will then just quit the game. So I don't wanna be a poor sport. I'll take my turn. Any questions, comments, snide remarks about the history of the Halo franchise? I hope that was a comprehensible summary. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you know, when Bungie very much sort of finished the series when they left their tenure as the stewards. They made the original trilogy. They made one spin-off, Halo ODST, that's very well liked and respected by fans. And then they made Halo Reach, which was a prequel that takes place right before the first game, and it was really fun. Halo Reach, it's my favorite game in the series, tied with Halo 2. I think Halo 2 is quite good as well. But yeah, I think in one sense you can kind of almost view Halo as a finished franchise. You know, it's sort of, there are 5 core games, and everything that's come after that you can kind of look at as a different series made by 343, and that series is not very good. I've spent many years consuming Halo lore and game content. So it's one of those things where it's like, I have all this information in my head, and it's never going to serve me any value. I guess aside from reciting it to other people. Oh my gosh, yes, please push me along, push me along. Oh, thank God. Yeah, I saw it. The thing about, like, Hollywood is everyone wants it's like everyone wants a Simpsons, and I have a lot of respect. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's, I think, one of the big differences between, I think, American media and Japanese media. Is that Japanese media, while they do have some, you know, shonen series are notorious for never ending. But, like, Japanese media tends to be very comfortable with saying, okay, we have a direction this story's going to go. You know, the creative head, usually a mangaka, you know, they have an ending in mind, and they don't want it to continue forever, because eventually, yeah, One Piece, supposedly he has an ending in mind. Supposedly, the One Piece is real, and it will come to an end. I've been thinking about watching One Piece at some point, or maybe reading it, but I finally started watching a little bit of JoJo. Hello. I finally started watching a little bit of JoJo recently, so I figure I'll work through JoJo before I even consider One Piece. It's fun. I like JoJo. It's very flamboyant in, like, some of the most fun ways possible. It's sort of, I think it knows it's ridiculous, but I'm only like 6 or 7 episodes into season 1, so I'm not that far into it. Oh, One Piece. Oh yeah, I haven't even. I don't know how I'm going to approach One Piece, or if I even will. I'm probably going to read it, because I can read a lot faster than I can watch, for obvious. You know, I think that probably is the same for most people. Maybe I'll just let them push it. Cromartie High School. Oh, that's the one with, like, the low budget, right? I've heard of that. Apparently it's really funny. Just let them push it. Just let them... Yo, Team Sanchez. No, no, come here. Yeah, yeah. Just let them keep hitting it. Let them keep pushing it. No, no, no. Oh, oh, I see. They're too smart. Another one I've heard that's really good is Legendary Teacher Onizuka. It's like this guy, he basically starts teaching at like a delinquent high school, and then he just like becomes like a very popular teacher and like converts all the delinquents to like good people. Okay, this is... I don't know if I want to do 8 more minutes of this. Do I want to be a bad sport and leave, or do I want to like, Yeah, neither. I've only heard a little bit about it. I've seen it on a couple like you should watch lists. Okay, I can get it to move pretty far if I aim it down a little bit. Oh, Serial Experiments Lane. It's one of those things, I wish I could do, like, anime watching, Talentless Nana. Oh, I've heard it, that's like, she, like, kills all the super people, right? I've heard of that. I read, when it came out, I read, a little bit of the manga, because I watched, like, the first episode, and I was like, oh, that's, oh my gosh, this thing's my way. I watched, like, the first episode or two, and the manga was really, like, looked really fun, so I read through probably a couple volumes of it, and it looked really fun. I just got busy with other series. Maybe, like, if we start a community, we could do, like, anime watching parties on Discord or something. That could be fun to schedule. Force other people to watch the series I want to watch. Be like, I am the Twitch streamer. You watch what I want. Yeah, yeah. It is a really fun plot twist. They pulled it off really, really well. I think there's like other series I've watched that have done that. There's one series I watched recently that tries to do a similar thing, but it just doesn't pull it off very well. It was the series a couple years old, actually. Like I'd watched it. I watched it like late to the game. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I think it was like the priestess. There was like, so it's basically an isekai, right? Like a girl gets teleported to another world, but so you follow this like priestess character, and she meets this guy. She's from this fantasy world, and she meets this guy who has been isekai'd, and she helps him. You know, she helps him get situated, and you know, shows him around a little bit. And then she ends up, at the very end, it's a similar twist. She ends up killing him, because he you know, starts to realize he could use his powers to basically be super cool and powerful and all this kind of thing. And it turns out, you know, in this world, people get isekai'd all the time, and there's this, like, secret agency of, like, priestesses who their job is to assassinate people who get isekai'd. Because they're all too much of a threat to this world. Overlord's really good. Even some people don't like the more recent seasons as much, and I can see why they feel like they're kind of like meandering. But I actually really like pretty well every season of Overlord. I think Overlord is a really fun series. I do feel like Overlord's probably a series that's much more fun to read. Because apparently the novels are structured quite a bit differently than the anime. The novels are a little bit more like they don't go in like temporal order. Sometimes you get a story that's like from like a few months beforehand, and sometimes you like flash forward a little bit. So it like makes the story. It helps to kind of add drama and tension to the series, because like sometimes you're like, wait, how did this happen, or how will this relate to the main story later? And then it kind of reveals itself over the course of the series. But yeah, I think I really like Overlord. It's really fun. I'm a huge fan of ReZero, actually. I think ReZero... ReZero... I don't want to call it underrated, because it's popular. Like, people really like ReZero. But I think it's underrated in the senses that I think it's really good. So it's like, obviously the character designs are fun, and there's like, you know, pink and blue-haired waifus that people really like, whatever. But it's really good as like a character study of this sort of like prototypical, you know, otherwise fairly intelligent kind of nerd character who allows themselves to kind of squander their time away. Yeah, Ram and Rem. So Subaru, the main character, is a really interesting character study, and I'm fully up to date on the web novel of ReZero. I've read the most recent chapter, or no, I think I have one more chapter I haven't read because I like gave it a couple weeks for the author to make more content. And it's just a really good character study where every arc, when you look at it through the subtext, every arc, in order to overcome whatever problem he's faced with, Subaru also is forced to overcome a personal problem of his own. So he's forced to learn how to trust. In the second season, I'm not going to spoil how in case you want to watch it later, he's forced to learn how to value himself. That's very much like the arc in the second season. And it's really fun to watch him grow as a person in order to overcome his problems. And so you can enjoy it on that level while also, you know, enjoying it for all the flashy anime stuff and the cool fights and the good animation and all this kind of thing. Okay. You gonna jump? You gonna jump, you cowards? Why did he think he could do that? My gosh, I will kill the last man standing very slowly. I think after this match, I'm gonna go and find a match that's in like a slightly faster paced Halo game. Oh, maybe this guy will win. Oh, they got him. Yeah, okay. Let's... Okay. Ooh, I do like Desert Bus. It's a mod, too. Interesting. Oh, but it's full. Okay. Desert Bus is really fun if you can get... Ooh, Drive or Die. That could also be funny. Nausea. What's that? Oh, it's full. Oh, there's a Desert Bus that works. Oh, I've seen this map before. Okay. This is a fun map. So Desert Bus is kind of fun. It's sort of it's a capture the flag. It's like a visual novel style Among Us.
Stolen.
Oh, interesting. Flag stolen by who? Okay. So he just killed himself.
Flag drop.
Hmm. That's kind of cool. What's the viewer numbers like? Like, do people seem to enjoy watching it? Because one thing it's easy to play games that like don't have a huge fan base when when you have an audience, because people will come for your personality. But I do kind of want to. I don't want to change. I'm not going to play games I don't enjoy, which is why. Oh yeah, maybe I'll wait until I get an audience. But I'd be down to play some more niche stuff, like once I get a bit of an audience going, especially if it's multiplayer. Because then what I'd love to do is invite like viewers to play with me. Also, think it'd be just a fun way to meet new people. Ooh, I'm gonna run into this guy. Oh my god! Oh my god! Ha! Oh, that's too bad. I'd still be down to play it like later on though. What in the world? That was chaos. Okay. Come on, invisible dude, get in. Okay. Never mind, he doesn't want to get in. Oh, okay, I'm gonna die. Oh. Okay, that didn't work. Hmm. Sometimes there's like stuff hiding over here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why? Okay. Oh, that's a bad idea.
Suicide.
Okay, that was dumb. Muay Thai guy. Come on, Muay Thai your way into my vehicle. Well, you're dead now. How do you feel?
Flag taken. Flag drop.
Oh, did I get it? What happened? I'm going undercover. Oh, no. Okay.
Flag recovered.
Somehow I feel like the other team is doing a lot better than we are. Did he die? Okay. Shoot. Another thing I've been thinking of trying, is I was thinking of trying to potentially do like get a Game Boy Advance emulator and then doing like a Nuzlocke or something of a Pokemon game, since people seem to really like those. But I'm not sure. I haven't decided if I want to do that now or if I want to do that like later on. See if I can ram this guy. I actually hit him. I thought he. Oh, and he didn't die though. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that was really cool though. Okay. Okay. Shoot.
Flag stolen. Flag taken.
Okay. What is my team doing?
Flag dropped. Flag dropped. Flag stolen.
Okay.
Flag taken. Flag dropped. Flag dropped.
Okay. This is, that one's not gonna be very fun. Let's just go into some matchmaking, why not? Custom, multi social games. Oh, it knows what I want to play. I guess I put it in before. Okay. Hmm. I considered playing campaign today. But I was hoping to play that with Lucas, so I might wait because we want to do Cursed Halo. I think I mentioned that the other day. So Cursed Halo is really fun. It's just like a very randomized, very bizarre mod. It makes everything kind of like wonky and wacky, and it leads to some really funny situations. So I might wait until I can stream that with him because he. If I'm a Halo fan, Lucas is like a bigger Halo fan. That man, he speed runs all the games. He's kind of crazy. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I might have got my thought interrupted. I was thinking of running some Nuzlocks or something. I've actually never done a Nuzlocke before. So it could be fun. I'm just not sure. I think maybe if I was to do that, maybe I'd make like a post on Reddit or something first, seeing if anybody was interested in like having a Pokemon named after themselves or something. But that feels like a pretty normal. Feels like a lot of people do that, so I don't know. Yeah, I want to do. I want to find some stuff that'll like stand out a little bit, right?
Infection.
Find some ways to like really attract some more viewers. Find things that people enjoy watching. You know, you got to feed the people what they want, right? Oh my goodness.
New zombie.
Okay.
Infected.
There we go. It's a very dark stage. I don't like the lighting effect somebody's added in like the Forge editor. Makes it kind of hard to like interpret what's going on.
Round over.
Well, that was easy.
Infection.
Burr, 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 burr. Gotta pay attention to your radar. Poor guy was just exploring. Didn't know what hit him. Ooh. That kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Oh. Oh, I got him, though. Oh, that's rude. Neither of us was making it out of there alive. Oof. Oh, he's up there, okay. So this is, I was mentioning earlier that Halo Reach, which is the engine that Halo 4 was based on, is like a much more like fun, fast-paced game. And you can kind of see that. It's hard. I'm not sure how much you can tell in Infection specifically. There we go. But you can kind of see it's just like a lot easier to play. It's a little bit smoother. So like all the weapons have much nicer sounds. The announcer sounds a lot more fun too. Oh, I had the red cursor though. Okay. Oh, I thought I had him. Ow. That was a really dumb hiding spot.
Game over.
Hmm. Oh. That's a cool effect, the like skull thing. While this is loading, though, can my mouse go? So, I wanted to check. Yeah, Sonic Adventure DX is on here. Oh yeah, and I forgot it comes with like... Yeah, it has like mini games loaded onto it. That's cool. I'm gonna wishlist this. Gosh, yeah. Okay, so it's kind of... Okay, so it's like a visual novel. I'd be down to do visual novels. I do actually like visual novels. It'd be fun too if it has voice acting. Oh, okay, we're back in. Oh, this is a tighter map too. This will be a better one for Infection. Ooh. There's like two primary strats in Infection. One is like the classic find a corner to back yourself into and like hide. And you can usually do that with like a bunch of other people, which like increases your chances of survival in like the short term. Or you can like run around and try to get kills. which I think is a little bit more interesting.
New zombie.
Oh, the zombie quit. That's upsetting. That's rude. This is what people do, though. It's what I was saying earlier. Like, some people are just bad sports. They like start out as a zombie, and they're just like, nah. Like, I don't want to play. I don't want to be put in the disadvantageous position. I'm like, just play the game, man. Like, it's annoying, because you don't have shields when you're a zombie, so, like, you know, you're gonna die. But that's, like, the point, you know? It's a little bit more of a challenge. Ooh, okay, I'll check that out next. Hmm. What? Oh, he was hiding in the corner. Oh. Hmm.
1 minute remaining.
They're not bad. These people are pretty good. I Kruger.
30 seconds remaining.
Hmm.
Ten seconds remaining. Round over.
Okay, thank goodness. Please don't make me a zombie again. That's miserable. At least to start.
Infection.
Although I was saying that I will probably die in the first 15 seconds, and then it won't matter what I want. Okay, the weak have been picked off first. I say after having died how many times last round? This brave man has sacrificed himself to the Horde. Hey-oh. Sassiest cat. He killed me a bunch in the last match, so I'm just gonna call this revenge. Okay. You have to slow your breathing. Become the gun. Become the weapon. Headshot the zombies. There aren't that many of us left. There used to be more humans, I mean.
Killing spree. Zombie killing spree.
Oh.
Double kill.
I find it really annoying when you kill them and they still somehow get you.
Round over. New zombie.
Of course.
Infection.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Let me get real close, he did too. Okay. Okay. I'm starting to think this isn't as good of a map for infection as I thought it would be. Because it seems like the people who are playing this have, like, memorized all the corners. Which isn't super fun, to be honest. Maybe we should try some Halo Infinite. I don't know. No, Halo Infinite. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on Infinite. It's, like, fun in the moment, but it's definitely more fun with friends. Though I do have one friend who's, like, really cracked at Halo for some reason. This man will get like 20 kills in like a 50 kill game or something. What?
One minute remaining. Killjoy.
Oh my gosh.
Infected.
Okay, I can die happy now. I at least got one kill.
Thirty seconds remaining. Game over.
There we go. Okay. Let's check out... So I'll add this to my wish list. I'll check this out, like, later. And then... Spyro... Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Oh, this is all the Crash games, too. Huh. Oh, wow, it actually looks really pretty. Or is this in-engine or not in-engine? What'd you say, Christina? Do you want me to turn off the camera for a sec?
No, it's fine. Just
Okay.
don't mind me.
Okay. Yeah, that actually looks... If that's in-engine, that looks really pretty. Okay, I'll add that to my... Oh, so that's like the... Oh, I see. So if you want to get all of the games... Like, what company made this? Toys for Bob, Iron Galaxy. That could be interesting. Oh. Ooh, we're in Halo 3 now. That's cool. I haven't played Halo 3 in a while. Yeah, that's I think that's kind of what I'm like leaning towards. $50 is like a lot to invest right now. But then again, that's another thing, right? If I can get to the 50 followers and then make a little bit of money, then I can invest that money into getting more games to play on stream. Oh my goodness. Might have to go meet the zombies on their own turf here. Yeah, I've been thinking too of, so I think this is officially stream number like 6 or 7. So I am thinking of, I'm thinking of watching a couple of YouTube videos on like tips to grow like some fans. The thing is, I do want to be careful. I don't want to just like, I don't want to just do what other people are doing or what other people say is good. Like, I still want to like, you know, do it kind of at my own pace, you know, playing games I enjoy and this kind of thing. Like, I don't want to just like play things because, or play certain ways because other people say I will. Because otherwise, like, you know, the point of doing this is just have like a fun hobby that I would enjoy. What? Okay, this is nonsense. Ooh, I forgot that I had like a red energy sword in this game. That's a cool weapon skin, I like that. So I am in one way inclined just to sort of like keep doing what I want and then like just, you know, take my time and not rush. I don't know. So that's... I should... Yeah, that's... You're probably right. I think the one thing I will do, though, is, like, vary up the games a little bit. Like, I don't know, Sonic has been, like... People seem to like watching Sonic, and I enjoy playing Sonic. Because I grew up on most of these games.
New zombie. New zombie.
New zombie, new zombie. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. It's like therapy session with Vice Grip. That'd be a cool, is there a streamer who does that? I'm not saying I want to do that, but you should do that. Like, do, like, therapy sessions or something. Put, like, a voice changer on or something, so the other... Or put somebody else's voice through a voice changer so they don't, like, dox themselves or anything. It'd be kind of an interesting... Somebody should do that. That would be a really cool type of content. Yeah, like, but, like, obviously it wouldn't be professional. You'd have to have disclaimers, you know, I'm not a therapist, or whoever's doing it, like... would have to be like pretty candid. Oh, does this gun actually work? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was like that. That's a cool map feature. But that would be kind of... Oh, I'm not on TikTok. So the TikTok is a foreign world to me.
One minute remaining.
Oh, that... Okay, these turrets are really cool. Wait, so if he kills himself, he doesn't get... Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting, if, like, really cheesy strat. I don't really approve. Maybe I'll watch the Frog Guy's content, though. Like, if he, like, posts on, like, YouTube Shorts.
30 seconds.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Does he, like, stream them as well, and then, like, cut the best content for later? Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
How does this guy keep getting grenades to kill him? I guess maybe they start with grenades. Wow. What an asshole. So these things don't activate on us? They only activate on zombies? That's bizarre. Why don't they activate on us? That seems like an oversight.
Zombie.
Oh, yeah, well that makes sense. I think the sort of idea I have in mind. The idea I have in mind is more like specifically, you know, like people who like you know, like an Ask Jane. You know those like sections in old newspapers where it'd be like, you know, like Jane, dear Jane, my husband has a dog and I hate the dog. What should I do to make the dog? Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's probably what I'm gonna keep doing too. I'm gonna stick with like Sonic and alternate out other games too, like between games or when I'm like streaming at like an off time. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool, though. I actually kind of like that idea. I'm glad there's somebody doing that kind of content. One thing I do want to check, too, once I get into the lobby again. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it's like, I think the closest I'd get to a challenge for now would be like, the Nuzlocke. Because like a Nuzlocke, I could actually see myself finishing, even if I'm like, you know, having some difficulty. Because I do really like the old Pokemon games. I'd love to do... My first ever Pokemon game I played seriously was Pokemon Platinum. And I think I would love to do like a Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke. That could be a lot of fun. Probably not a Nuzlocke randomizer, though. Okay, so if I wishlisted that, I've wishlisted that. I want to check how much Sonic Frontier. So that's like... Oh, okay, it's like $80. That's cool that they've already done some free DLC, though. Oh, it's on my wish list. Black and White. Black and White is really good, actually. I really like Black and White. That's probably my... I think my, like, order of favorite Pokemon games is probably, like, Halo... Or not Halo. I'm thinking Halo right now. Probably be, like, Pokemon Platinum. Then, I don't really have as much nostalgia for Diamond and Pearl. I really like... I tend to really prefer the combined games when they're available, just because I think... I'm not really a big fan of the like how they release two versions of the same game. I find that annoying. So it's like, you know, I wouldn't really play Ruby or Sapphire. I would just play Emerald. I wouldn't play Blue or Red. I would just play Yellow, this kind of thing. Crystal. But I really, really liked Pokemon Platinum. I really like Black and White, and I also really like Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Infection.
That would be... Those are, like, big games, too. Those would be fun to Nuzlocke. Because you'd have, like, a lot of routes... where you saw a lot of different opportunities to get, like, a new Pokemon. Heyo! I didn't think I was gonna... Jen. Yeah. I think my first ever Pokemon game I actually played was Yellow. But it was, like, because my mother ended up finding, like, a Game Boy... and like the Pokemon games for sale at like a not a hawk shop. It was like a Goodwill, like a charity thing. And they were like deeply underpriced. Like the people, whoever had priced this thing, like put it in for like $15 when it, even back then, it should have been worth at least like $100 with like the games that were included. So she got a steal. Oh, I see red on my radar. Oh, darn.
Zombie killing spree. Infected.
Violet and Pearl.
New zombie.
You mean Diamond and Pearl? Oh, see, yeah, if I was going to do Pokemon content, then I would probably stick with the ones I could emulate for now. But I would really like an excuse to play Legends. See, I've stopped playing the new Pokemon games before the DLC came out, but after, oh, Violet and Scarlet, okay. I stopped playing the Pokemon games after Sword and Shield. I didn't mind Sword and Shield, I just felt like it was really undercooked. Like, it just felt like... Sword and Shield felt like the first half, content-wise, like the first half of what I would expect from a game that was trying to do what they were doing. It just didn't feel big enough. There wasn't enough content. The story was really really underperformed. This wasn't fun. And I played through the first DLC, like, much later, because I got the Season Pass. What's up, Super Doom? Oh, we're just dancing. Okay. This is the thing I like about, like... Oh, so this, like... You can tell this guy, probably an OG Halo player. Like, this guy's been playing for years. You know, this is what you do. Like, sometimes I remember back in the day playing Halo Reach. I thought Scarlet and Violet were going to be jank because they should have... Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard it's like... Scarlet and Violet are kind of a weird games because it's like on the surface they look like garbage with all the problems, but apparently like there's a little bit more soul in them than... It's like Sword and Shield were a little bit more polished, but there was no soul. Whereas it feels like Scarlet and Violet had a little bit more soul, but no polish. Mind you, and mind you, this is somebody who has never played Scarlet and Violet. But so I played the first DLC for Sword and Shield. Where is the enemy?
30 seconds remaining.
This is very confusing. I played the first 30 seconds of... Or no, sorry. I played the first DLC. I'm getting distracted. I'm hearing things in the game, and then it like throws off my thinking. And it was fun. I liked it. I thought the story was fun. I thought
10
Urshifu
seconds
was kind of a
remaining.
fun Pokemon. I did kind of find it annoying that you got like you had to choose between the different forms and such. Because it's like one of my biggest pet peeves about Pokemon is the version exclusivity and the like 2 versions of the same thing where you can only get one. Because then you have to play both games, you have to spend all the money. Super annoying. Which is one thing I like about Legends Arceus is it's a standalone game. So if you play it, nothing is locked. Yeah, this guy's like, where was this
New
guy?
Zombie. Infection.
But yeah, so I'll probably, if I was to do a Nuzlocke, I'd probably do a couple, or if I was to play Pokemon, I'd do a couple Nuzlocks. Maybe play through the Pokemon games I really enjoy, so I can re-experience the story as well. And then maybe I would figure out later how to like stream from my Switch. I'd probably need to get a new Switch because I only have the Switch Lite right now. I had a yeah, it was a Pokemon game. Yeah. So that's like I beat the game. Like I played through the whole thing. The thing about Sword and Shield is like Gigantamax, kind of an underbaked concept, just made me think, man, I really wish I had like Mega Evolution back. I really liked Mega Evolution. The fact that they haven't really properly brought it back since X and Y. They brought it back in like the post game of Sun and Moon, which was kind of nice. I liked Sun and Moon were okay. I liked them. They were fun games. Where is this guy? I guess he died. But I thought Mega Evolution was like the coolest and like most fun feature that Pokemon had come up with in years, and then the fact that they didn't just keep reusing it in other games, I thought was really disappointing. The new thing. Oh, the terrestrialization. Apparently the what's it called? What would they call it? Like the pro gamer, like the people who actually play Pokemon. Yeah, competitive. That's the word I want. Apparently, the competitive Pokemon players really like terrestrialization because it completely changes the meta. I end up getting recommended some like Wolfie videos on YouTube sometimes because YouTube knows I like Pokemon and I guess he makes like really reliable content. And okay, I died. And he was talking about how terrestrialization makes like some Pokemon that were previously like, under strength, how it makes them a lot better. I wish they would let these new forms intermingle. It would be, yeah. Okay, okay. I'm gonna tell you my dream Pokemon game that they'll never make. They will never make the game I'm about to describe, but it would make them all of the money. And I'll tell you why it would make them all of the money. I want them to make a game, right, where they basically make a Sword and Shield or like a Scarlet and Violet remake, fix it so the Poppin's not awful, but of every generation of game, right? So you have like, you call it like Pokemon Rainbow or something. Maybe you can't do that because Nintendo's weird about LGBT stuff, but you would call it like Pokemon Rainbow or something like that. And so you would start with maybe even start a new region, right? Oh, I forgot I was playing. I was thinking about this. I was dreaming about my dream Pokemon game too hard. So you maybe make a new region, right? You like a cool region, 8 gym badges, all this kind of thing. And then as DLC, once a year, or maybe once every year and a half, however long it takes, you release a full new region. Maybe, and I'll recommend my idea of how you would like difficulty gate this in a moment. Nintendo loves, but this is a Japanese thing. They love to do characters who are flamboyant, but none of them are ever explicitly gay. They're just flamboyant. Maybe it's because like of Asian beauty standards, like men are supposed to be kind of like skinny and effeminate. I don't know. But so every year you would release, or every year and however long it takes, I don't want anything to be undercooked because that would ruin this plan, but it'd still make them all the money. Release a DLC of one of the past regions, and they should just Yeah, exactly. But then every year, and then you would introduce a new region. You'd use that to introduce some Pokemon back in. Maybe introduce a couple new. You could do like Cantonian versions of like Hoenn Pokemon or something. Like you could. There are ways they could spice it up with some of the new like region changes that they make. And I don't want just like a redo of the stories. Like I want to go back to these regions maybe like 10 years after the games originally took place or something. But bring back all the gym leaders, all this, and then year one you do Kanto, year two you do Johto, or maybe you do Kanto and Johto together because that makes sense. Then you do Hoenn, and just work through, and that gives them literally they have how many generations in are we now? 9. Like that would be 9 years or 9 years of content that they could keep charging, and they could make these would be like $30 to $40 DLCs. Like they could charge like half the price of a game for this, and they would make so much money. And they could the dev time would be super easy. Like they wouldn't have to put all these resources into planning a new region. Yeah, so here's my plan for this though. I would difficulty gate every region, so when you get to a new region, you have to you get like a new PC box that you can only use in that region until you beat the Elite Four. So it's like you'd have your region 1, the Calebian region or something, and then you would you'd play through that. And then when you get like Kanto Johto, then you would get or when you get Kanto, you would get like a Kanto starter, a new set of PC boxes that you can only use in that region. And then when you finish the region, then your PC boxes would combine. Probably be annoying for organizing, but that's only going to affect like the small people, like the small selection of people who like shiny hunt and stuff. But then, and that you would difficulty gate it, so you could basically start from level 5 again in every region until you beat the Elite Four, and then you can bring in all your Pokemon from the previous region, build your crazy team, you'd get to re-challenge all the gym leaders. Are you talking about, like, story continuity? Because, like, the story continuity of Pokemon is, like, really not been a focus. They don't really seem to care all that. Like, I think, like, a lot of these issues are things that I think could be easily brushed over just by, like, how wishy-washy Pokemon, like, lore and continuity is anyways. And I just think it'd be, like, too cool to pass up if they were to actually do this, just to, like, introduce all the regions again. You'd be able to... They love to farm nostalgia now. That's what all the companies do. This would be nostalgia farming for days. I wouldn't necessarily release the regions in order on purpose. I would maybe save, like, the fan favorite regions for last. Like, I would do, like, Hoenn would be one of the last few. Also because I think Hoenn would probably be a bit harder to cook, because you need to find a way to make all that water fun again.
New zombie.
There's a guy hiding here. I know he's here. Oh, never mind. I will say it was wild how Jim's in Scarlet Violet. I had no direction. Over-leveled the fuck out of my... Yeah. See, that's the... And I think, too, like, there could be other ways... There could be other ways to difficulty gate my idea, too, I'm sure. That could be fair. Maybe once you get out of the first region, you get, like, level locked. So whenever you're challenging a gym... everything, you get leveled down to level 50, kind of like competitive stuff. Also, it'd be maybe a good option for, maybe you'd have difficulty options, although they've always been kind of resistant to difficulty options in Pokemon. But I think the base idea of, like, this base idea would make for a really good game. And I just think they would make, like, they would just print money. Like, people would buy the heck out of it. People would keep buying this game. It would save them so much development time because they wouldn't have to like they wouldn't have to design a whole new region with all these new Pokemon. They could basically stop releasing new Pokemon and just do like new iterations on old Pokemon, which would like save them a lot of effort in like, creating, 150 new Pokemon or whatever. I don't know. I've been stuck on this idea for years. I had the core of this idea in my head like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's just never been able to leave. I'm like, why don't they just do this? And I know it's probably because they still make more money on the dual versions and all this kind of... MMO, see, that's a change in Scarlet and Violet. If they make it MMO, I want to be able to turn it off. Because that's one thing I do like about Scarlet Violet Sword Shield, is that, like, I don't mind having other people around in the open world areas, but, like, I don't know. I like to, Pokemon's kind of a single-player experience for me. At least it always has been. I also, since I'm rambling here for funsies, I also have a crazy idea. Here, I've had an idea for years on how to how Sega could fix Sonic, and basically what I would do is I would just remake Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. But I would do I would rebuild all the other all the characters' levels from scratch to fix the platforming. You know, maybe make the levels a little bit longer, fix the graphics, make them look prettier, and then I would redo all of the Sonic and Shadow levels as modern Sonic style levels. So you take the the level, the characteristics, the things people like, kind of like City Escape in Sonic Generations, and make a full on proper modern Sonic levels out of it.
New zombie.
Yeah, you might be right. I just think it would sell. I think, if these companies are going to just farm nostalgia forever, I think they should at least do something that would be, genuinely fun and interesting, rather than just, borrowing aesthetics and, harkening back to a time when games were good. I just want them to, give us something, genuinely creative that borrows from old games. One thing I will give Sonic, though, I really like the two Sonic movies. I went to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on opening day, and I got the poster. I have it hanging on my wall. Is there any way to show this off? Let me think. It's oh, that's my funny Putin poster. You can kind of see it up there. I'll see if I can take a picture and post it to Discord or something when I make the Discord. I think that would be cool too, actually. Well, and one thing I would love to do in this theoretical, remake of Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2 that I would do is I would actually just include HD up-resed, retexture everything, but I would include just a recoat of the original game that I'm copying in the extras section or something. Just so people could experience it, and then if people really like that, then maybe you could do a proper Sonic Adventure 3, or just call it Sonic Adventure 4, and then let the fans freak out, because they'd be like, oh, we knew Sonic the Hedgehog was Sonic Adventure 3. We knew it.
Seconds remaining.
Another thing is, I actually really like, when done well, I think, the modern Sonic, kind of slightly on rails style is actually a lot of fun. I do, almost counterintuitively, potentially controversial opinion, I think the only game that's done it fully properly has been Sonic Unleashed. I think Sonic Unleashed's levels were genuinely better and more creative than most of the levels in Sonic Generations.
New zombie.
There's a guy hiding here, I swear. I just saw him. I swear.
New zombie.
Okay, I guess we're moving on. Let's follow this guy. He seems to know what he's doing. Can't believe we've gotten to this immortal 1249 and Beast Queen 18. We've really come to this moment. Backs against the walls.
New zombie. New zombie. New zombie.
Yeah. I like that's the thing, right? Is they were so much fun, and there's a reason why these games have lived. Not obviously, I think a lot of people of our generation. I'm a '97 baby, 1997. And I think a lot of people of our generation. Oh my gosh. Well, that was scary. Oh. I think a lot of people of our generation have a lot of nostalgia for games of that era, but I think there's something about like games like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 that's made them live this long. You know, like as much as I'm a I'm a f- I'm a fan of Arlo, the like guy on YouTube. No, sorry, I think this is Scott the Waz who's a big fan of this. I'm a fan of Scott the Waz too. And he's like, and he loves Chibi Robo. But I think, you know, there's a reason why people still play Sonic Adventure 2. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so you've got a few years on me then. But there's a reason, I think, why people, you know, still play Sonic Adventure, still play Sonic Adventure 2, and why nobody's really playing Chibi Robo. And I think there is just something in the spirit of these games where, despite the jank, like Sonic Adventure 2 has just something's in the character that makes it good. And it's almost ineffable, like, because games are a work of art, right? So sometimes, like, there's just things you can't describe. But something about those games, they're just like too good for people to ignore. Needler, beware the pink mist. Okay. Yeah, but I think the jank doesn't feel like the game is broken. Yeah, exactly. Well, and the jank has allowed for some really crazy speedrunning strats. My God, oh my goodness. I am not looking... Okay, I'm looking forward because I think it'll be funny. And I think, like, I'm probably going to get pretty tilted, and it's going to be, like, funny to watch. But, like, I am not looking forward to the silver... Like, doing the silver campaign on Sonic 06. Oh my goodness. Like, congrats to Chaos X for, like, fixing the game as much as he has, but that's going to be it's going to be awful. It's going to be a really bad time. Oh no. And like I was really worried after the dune buggy section in the Shadow campaign. I was like, oh no, am I gonna have like these vehicles are gonna be awful? But it's actually just the dune buggy. The dune buggy is the only terrible vehicle. The rest of them were like the glider. My only problem with the glider was that the sections weren't long enough. I had so much fun with it, and then it was over. I was like, wow, I'm actually having fun. Oh, okay, it's gone.
New zombie.
And same with the hover, the little hover vehicle. Like, I was like, wow, this is really fun. I'm enjoying it. And, like, I think there was only one hover vehicle section that I felt like had a reasonable length. Yeah, I don't know. They couldn't. They had to, man. They did them in Shadow the Hedgehog, and they were like, no, we just needed a little bit more time to get it right. And then maybe there was no getting it right. New zombie. Jeff Steitzer's like voice in these games is so iconic. It's like the same guy who voices the multiplayer voice for all of the Halo games, and he's just like so good. Oh.
New zombie. New zombie.
Yeah, except Mario Kart actually controls well. It's like they're putting Sonic in, like... I don't know. I don't even know, like, is there... Like, some broken, like... Oh, wow. The gravity hammer's really slow in this game. I don't even know if there's a metaphor for it. Because Mario Kart's fun. Oh, that would be a fun game to stream, actually. Ooh. Future ideas. Okay, men. Stand the line.
New zombie.
Oh.
New zombie.
That's kind of cool.
New zombie.
Oh shit. Yeah, I was doomed from the beginning there.
New zombie.
I would even, you know what would be another fun game idea? Like a Shadow the Hedgehog 2, but again, all the levels are done in like modern Sonic style, but with a little bit more Maybe like a heavier emphasis on like accurate platforming or something. I don't know how they would make Shadow unique. I think they would feel like they need to give him a gun. That's the problem, because they've already attached like Shadow like solo games to this like gun vehicle idea. Kind of interesting.
New zombie.
Holy cow, that guy snuck up on me. They would just have the balls.
New zombie.
Apparently, so this is why I'm excited to play. I'm excited to play Sonic Frontiers on stream, because apparently it actually, I'm assuming you're talking about the lore, and I'm kind of excited to play that, because apparently they actually reference lore of like previous Sonic games to try to kind of like recanonize certain things. Apparently they've like officially canonized Sonic. I think it's just that they don't. I think it's just that they're like, they don't want to commit to anything, right? Like they want to sort of like keep. They don't know why they're failing, and the reason is obvious, because they haven't been spending enough dev time on any individual game. But they like don't seem to know why they're failing, so they just want to like start fresh, so they don't have any like baggage going into a new game. But then you get games like Sonic Forces, which like could have been objectively okay, except they rushed it out the door, obviously like 2 years too soon. God, I forgot that Sonic Forces existed until this moment.
New zombie. New zombie. Game over.
I remember playing Sonic Forces when it came out on Switch. That was a miserable experience. I beat the game. But like, not because I wanted to, but because I had spent too much money on that game not to finish it. I don't even know if that's the case. I just don't think they know what they're doing. Like, I just don't think. Maybe you're right though, because there's this weird thing that like some Japanese game devs have, where like they just genuinely don't care about lore. They only care about gameplay. Well, because they used to care about lore. Like the thing is, they did this thing where each game iterated upon the previous game. Right? So it's like from Sonic the Hedgehog, like the first 2D platformer, until like Sonic Adventure 2. Like the lore was relatively coherent. Like, and I think you were mentioning this, you were discussing this when I was on stream the other day, when I was playing Sonic Adventure 2, how it's like Dr. Gerald seems to have based Shadow and the Bio Lizard on like the mural that you see in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and that's like very cool. And then it's like after that so they like introduced this lore, and then after that they were like, nah, lol, lore sucks. And it's like, no, you don't get to do that. Like, you've invested people in this story. You can't just like tell them like, no, like stop caring. That's just not. It's not fair to your fans you've built. At least in my hot take. Oh, we actually start out with like assault rifles. Yeah. And this is the problem with Zelda, too. Is, like, Zelda has... I don't think you... I think you said before... I don't know if you said you were a Zelda fan. I'm a huge Zelda fan. I love Zelda. But it's, like... Nintendo, one of the things they did in Breath of the Wild is they kind of have intentionally distanced Breath of the Wild and any games attached to it from the rest of the Zelda lore, because it seems like they created this lore that obviously was like designed to have connections, and they reference things from previous games all the time. Oh my goodness. But I guess it's hard when you were really building lore and your company. Yeah, and I imagine too they probably had a team where like certain members of the team were like campaigning for certain lore things, and then, you know, team members like switch over. And then you also have like the one guy, I think, what's the guy's name? There's like one Japanese guy who's basically been like in. Also, what? My goodness, the visor for this is awful. There was like one guy who's basically like the main Sonic guy, and he like, you know, maybe he's like, you know, he probably gets bored. You know, he's been stuck to this series for like 20 years now. So I empathize, I really do. But, well, my weapon skins are so cool in this game. I forgot about that. What was I getting at? Oh yeah, so in the new Zelda games, like, Nintendo has sort of intentionally distanced itself from the lore of the previous games, where they've kind of set up this situation where, like, all the other games could be canon, but it really doesn't matter, because, like, they've said, like, oh, it's been, like, 10,000 years, so anything could have happened between, like, the last game and this one. But it's like, but again, like, they've created this cohesive lore, they've introduced holy cow. Okay. And they've introduced these factions that continue from game to game, and each faction seems to have its own lore and history and, you know, characters, and then they kind of expect us to forget about all that. They're like, no, we want you to stop caring about this thing we invested you in. Oh, got him, huh? Everyone loves the adventure games, but just remember how everyone was complaining about how they want the old Sonic. But what the fan base has said they wanted was Sonic on rails, and again, the thing about Sonic on rails is I think there's a way to do it well, and the way to do it well is exactly what not Generations, well, Generation did it alright, but exactly what Sonic Unleashed did, where they, you know, each level is, like, very unique, has its own mechanics, each level is, like, 3 to 5 minutes long max, but the thing about it is to make a whole satisfying game of just that is really hard, because I think those levels, you have to think, like, 3D models and stuff, they're very hard to make. And I think it seems to me that at least for the resources Sonic Team has available, these 3D, like, on-rails Sonic levels seem to require a lot of time and effort to make one of them. Which is why even Sonic Generations, they kind of, like, cheated a little bit and made some 2D levels as well with the classic Sonic, because they're like, okay, well, at least, you know, we can call this the classic style of gameplay, these are a lot cheaper to make, and that's why in, as well, Sonic Forces, they do all of these 2D sections, and then even in the 3D levels, because, oh, I guess I'm supposed to kill this guy. Because they're so much cheaper and easier to make. But they feel cheaper and easier to make too when you're playing a game for 3D levels. So I think to do like a proper on-rails Sonic game, they would need to put a lot more time and effort in. I just don't think they have that time and effort available. Because, like, it is a hill I'll die on. I think Sonic Unleashed is the best, in terms of at least the quality of the individual levels, I think it's the best modern 3D Sonic game. What? This infection mode is really bizarre. Well, he's dead. I was kind of upset when I got this gamer tag today. I guess what I mean is, I guess the fans got their old Sonic finally, because I don't hear... Yeah. Yeah, well, I just think there's less spirit in it. I think that... I have a hot take. I think that Sonic Generations was the last Sonic game that they put any real effort into. And I think since then, and even then, the only thing they put effort into was making good references. I think if you don't count Sonic Generations, because it is just a fourth wall game, like a fourth wall breaking game, I think that Sonic Unleashed was the last game where they really, really tried. Where they had like a genuine cool concept, an overarching epic story that really got the vibe of how Sonic stories are supposed to feel correct. And I think that when people were like Weirhog bad, which like wasn't bad, but it wasn't what people came for, then I think they just gave up. But the Weirhog levels are a good example of what I'm talking about, where like, you know, Weirhog levels they're a lot slower, so you don't move as fast. They can reuse enemies a lot. They can reuse like rooms and areas. They don't have to quite look as pretty because it's like dark. And so I think Weirhog levels were a lot cheaper to make, and it helped them kind of fill in what would otherwise be a really short game if they only made this type of 3D linear Sonic level. And again, I think you see that in Colors. I don't actually like Colors that much. I think it's kind of... I don't think it's a very fun experience. It's very short. Yeah, exactly. And so one thing I was trying to get working, like a week or two before I started streaming, is I was trying to get the Sonic Unleashed daytime stage mod for Sonic Generations working, because I have Sonic Generations. I couldn't get the mod to work, though, for some reason. It was really annoying. But it's because like I really like those levels. I think each and every one of those levels has such a strong identity. I could name... I don't know if I could name the names, because they give all of the different regions really weird names, but I could, like... if you were to show me, like, a picture of it, I could tell you, like, exactly what the level is. Yeah, Sonic Heroes is, like, the one hole in my theory. Like, I think Sonic Heroes was an exception. It feels very much like an in-between game. Like, they kind of needed a game to, like, pump out. And they were, like, not quite sure what to do. It's like, it's kind of weird, though, because it, like, reestablishes Shadow as a character in, like, a really jank way. And then that storyline is only really, like, taken seriously in Shadow the Hedgehog. Which, again, I think Shadow the Hedgehog is a game that they really tried to make really good. I think Shadow the Hedgehog is just fundamentally flawed. Mainly because they got distracted from the platforming in, like, the attempts to make gun and vehicle combat fun. Which it really wasn't. Although I am seriously considering doing Shadow the Hedgehog on stream at some point, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe not like the whole game, though, because in order to unlock the final story, it's kind of a pain. So maybe I'll do like 1 or 2 playthroughs and then mod in like the final story. I don't know. Although it could be good if I was strategic with it, I could probably like maybe if I had like a day or 2 off, I could do Shadow. Oh, yeah, the, like, versus mode? Yeah, that was weird. It was like a 3D arena shooter. I remember that. It wasn't good. Also, all the character models for, like, the off-brand Shadows were really jank. Like, you could tell that they really didn't want to give any of the other Sonic characters guns, so they just retextured Shadow a bunch of times. It's very bizarre. It was like a really... that was a really weird experience. I feel like the matchmaking time shouldn't be this long in this game. Just like let me play the games with let me play another game with the people I was just playing with, unless they want to quit. Oh, the completion. Sorry, I read that as competition. Yeah, see that was well. You didn't have to do every version of the story because technically I think there's like over 100 versions of the story, but you need to complete every level, which means you have to replay like the first couple levels like a bunch of times. It was because of the pyramid structure. So you have to do every level and you have to do every one of the final bosses, and I think every boss. Which you should encounter every boss over the course of getting through the game that many times. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that could be like a fun game to play on stream. I remember it being a little bit jank, but not too bad. Like, I don't remember too many times when I, like, died by falling off a ledge. Then again, I was a kid, though, and it's probably nostalgia clouding my vision from, like, how bad the game actually was. Okay, we're back into Halo Reach.
Infection.
Burp, 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 burp. Yeah, well, I think it'd be fun. I think if I... That's why I'm thinking maybe I would do, like, a day... Like, if I had, like, a day off, if I could, like, finish Shadow the Hedgehog in, like, a day or two, it'd be, like, not too bad. But it's not, like... I wouldn't want to make a lot of content on it. But then again, like, if I'm focusing on not, like, trying to rush, you know, getting followers or whatever, then, you know, I'll just do it at my own pace. I'm finding 3 hours per stream is a good amount of time. It's like easy to fit into my day too, so I think I'll stick to like 3 to 4 hours for general streams, at least until if I have like a good day off where I don't have to have any appointments or anything, then I might do like a longer stream. But definitely not Dark Souls that entire time. Dark Souls is like it's almost a stressful experience to play. It's like fun. Dark Souls is a weird game where you enjoy it after playing it, but you don't enjoy it in the moment. It's kind of hard to commentate over as a result. Yeah. Oh, they got me. See the chat. Unironically, I was a little tempted just to play Sonic Adventure 2 again today, but I want to do that at like a normal like 3 to 6 time. Cause like I kind of wanted to go back and like play with the chows a bit more. I was like, I don't know why. Like it's such a fun little feature. I think it's like 50% nostalgia though, because I spent so much time on my chows as a kid. I had like, you know, like a full set of 24 of them at one point. And they all had unique names and everything. Like I had like some of them I would like segregate off the ones that I gave animals to in like the Dark Garden.
New zombie.
I remember never liking the Dark Garden as much though, because I wasn't into like the evil aesthetic, but I'd probably like it more now as an adult. It's like the one thing I'm genuinely surprised they haven't introduced any sort of Chow Garden in like into like more recent games, because like all they'd have to do is like all they'd have to say is like you can pet a Chow in this game, and then everybody would buy it. Anybody over the age of 16 would freak out. Any Sonic fan over the age of 16, I mean.
Infected. Round over. New zombie.
Yeah.
Infection.
This is why we gotta play more Sonic Adventure 2 on stream. Introduce the younger generation to the games that they like should be playing. They have their Call of Duties and their Forza 4s, but they need their Sonic Adventure 2s. Every day I feel closer to, like, I feel like I'm getting closer to acting like a grandpa. I'm like, I'm only 26. What am I doing to myself? Oof. Yeah, no kid. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like only one kind of game gets popular now. You know, it's like if it has to be. You know, it has to have like a 4v4 arena shooter, or now it's like extraction shooters are big. Like it has to be a shooter, has to have a versus multiplayer, which I think is a flawed strategy in and of itself. Because if you play like the original 3 Halo games, like their multiplayer was very casual focused, and then it got popular. Was the party van server on TF2? I've never played TF2. I've seen videos and memes based on it. But I wasn't into PC gaming when like TF2 was really big when I was younger. I was kind of late getting a PC actually. I don't know why. But, well, we were a little. It was like a bit of a money problem, but it was also just I think like we just weren't like a very like high tech family. What's the name of that Chow Garden game, by the way? Poglings? God, they called it Poglings. Of course they called it Poglings. Hmm. Hmm. Pog. How rare is a pog cat? It's cursed. What is Poglings? Oh God, I hate him. He looks kind of like Alex Kidd. Or like Billy Hatcher, one of them. I'm like, oh, okay. We're playing now. I don't know. It looks kind of cute.
Infection. Cadre. Only the best survive. Survive
Yeah.
to win.
Survive to win.
Fellow survivor lost.
Might be Poglings. I'll look at the trailer after this game.
Fellow survivor lost.
Wah, wah.
Fellow survivor lost.
Oh my gosh, they're dropping like flies.
Fellow survivor lost. Cadre. Survivor promotion.
I don't know how I got promoted, but
Fellow survivor lost.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Fellow survivor lost.
Ow.
2 survivors remaining.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was feeling. It felt like very Chow Garden-y. The egg, the little like animal thing looked very much like Chow kind of dimensions. I see him. I see you.
Infected victory. Round over.
Work together to survive.
Only the best survive.
Okay, I feel like that particular voice line is trying a little too hard.
Through.
Oh, are they actually? Are they suing them? Because that'd be really funny. No, I just never heard of them, so I could see it. Maybe. Although I could totally see I don't know though, because Sonic Team's weird. They're very good with. They're like one of the few like companies that's always been very good with their community. Like they aren't particularly litigious until somebody tries to make money on something that's like Sonic inspired. That's like basically you can do whatever you want as long as you don't try to make money. There's a guy in this little house. I know he's in there.
One minute left.
Oh, I'm running low on ammo, actually. I didn't realize that was a problem.
30 seconds left.
This might be a hiding game now.
Fellow survivor lost. Cadre. Survivor promotion. 10 seconds.
Do I get more ammo?
Fellow survivor lost. Survivor victory.
Oh,
Round over.
rude.
Only the best survive. Infected.
Oh, I'm
Infect
infected.
survivors to win. Alpha infected. New infected.
Oh, I thought I had him. Not really a big fan of this taking 2 hits to infect somebody thing. It's like,
Infected.
it's not the end of the world, but it's like a big change from the original way that infection used to be, where it was always 1 hit. So it makes it a little bit less enjoyable, to be honest. Oh, it's a killing field. Lovely. Ow. See, that's the thing, right? Like, the energy sword is...
New infected.
Oh, what? The energy sword is supposed to be a one-hit kill anyways. That's like how it's always been in every game. It kills every enemy with 1 hit, except for like the highest level of shielded enemies, where it sometimes takes 2 hits. And in multiplayer, it's always been a one-hit kill.
New infected. New infected.
Well, he's dead. I'm dead. Oh.
One minute left.
My goodness. Also, the assault rifle shreds in this game. I think this is like the remastered version of Halo 2. And the assault rifle just shreds like crazy.
New infected. 2 survivors remaining. 30 seconds left. New infected. 1 survivor remains.
Yay. Okay, let's go back. Let's figure out what's going on with Pogling. So you catch these little bugs. Okay, so your Pogling has basically the same abilities as a Chow. Oh, and it eats the animals. Oh. Okay. And it can evolve. Terrifying. To a slightly cuter version of itself. Okay. Yeah, this gives real strong Chow Oh, there's like a farming component. That makes sense. This does give really strong Chow Garden vibes. It's just like Chow Garden with like some like Harvest Moon features added in. Missed opportunity to not have a Pogling like run the black market store. Oh, and you have them compete in little competitions too. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm interested. Oh, it's right. I'm not. Nope, we're not doing that right now. Okay. I'm interested in Poglings. I don't know if they released it. I think it's not even like out for like it's not even available yet. I'll check after this match. This probably isn't an advisable strat when fighting zombies. Just taking the little moped.
New zombie. New zombie. New zombie. New zombie. New zombie.
Oh, I saw his shimmer. No trust. Oh my gosh.
Zombie.
What?
New
Oh, he
zombie.
broke in from behind. Okay.
New
It's kind of
zombie.
sad.
New zombie. Round over.
Oh, I guess I don't have to be a zombie for long. Look at them riding valiantly into battle.
New zombie.
What?
Infected. New zombie.
The way they've changed infection and like the matchmaking is very bizarre. It's like, since when did zombies have shields?
New zombie. New zombie.
Mario Maker would be fun.
New
I haven't played it on Switch. I think this would fall into the sort of thing where I'd want to get a capture card for my Switch, though.
New zombie. Round over.
I'm not particularly good at 2D side scrollers. I don't know why, like 2D platformers rather, but it'd be fun. I would try it out if only for the fun of it. I'm really excited for the new Super Mario Wonder or Super Mario Bros. Wonder or whatever it's called. Looks really weird, really interesting. Like the trailer where they have where like I wasn't completely. I wasn't completely sold on it until he turned into the elephant, and then I was like, "What? Like, what's going on?" So I kind of think I need to play it. Ow! Stop shooting me! Yeah, that's like the new one. They released a trailer. You should check out the trailer for it. I'm wary of like watching full-on trailers on stream right now, just because like especially Nintendo trailers, because they're notoriously like copyright strike happy. But like the trailer looks like super whack.
New zombie.
Yeah, exactly, with the elephant.
New zombie.
Oh. Christina, could you go check on the rabbits? They're making a commotion.
New zombie.
Could you go check on the rabbits? They're making a commotion.
Sure.
Thank you.
New zombie.
Oh, I'm sorry. They have grenades? Infection has changed, man.
New zombie. New zombie. Game over.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so I've got like about 15 minutes until I'm gonna wrap up for the day. Because it's almost 11 where I am, and I still have to, like, wrap up a couple chores before going to bed, because I work a bit earlier tomorrow. Let me think. Maybe we'll do a little bit more custom multiplayer. Let's just do a quick match, see what they match us with. Could be fun. Jump rope. I have no idea. Oh, I think I know what this is. Oh, these are fun. These are cool. So, like, a bunch of vehicles and stuff is gonna, like, fall at us, like, the people on the jump rope, and my only ability is to, like, jump, basically. Oh.
Infected. New zombie.
And die.
Game over.
Oh. The chat, too. Yeah, I just loaded in and then immediately died.
Infected.
Oh my goodness. I haven't played Speed Halo in so long, it's so good. I should have just looked for a Speed Halo game earlier. So essentially, this is another infection game type, but it's like a modified game. So the infected guy's over there, and he's gonna try to like destroy our vehicles. While we go to from the top to the bottom of this tunnel. But the thing is, whenever you teleport, one cool feature about Halo teleporters is that they maintain your momentum. So we're just gonna keep getting faster and faster, basically. You know, unless like we either hit something that stops our momentum or like the friction messes us up. So we're just gonna keep speeding up every time we go through the teleporter, and like it makes it dangerous for the guy and then later the people who are infected. Oh no. Oh no. But as you can see, like when you go too fast, your vehicles take damage. And now I think I'm infected. Oh no, I'm not infected. Oh no. Oh, what happened?
Zombie.
Okay, so now I... Ow. There we go. Yeah, like you end up going crazy. Oh my goodness. The people in this chat, I guess you can't read it because it's blocked behind my chat a little bit. But the like people in this chat are just basically being very rude to each other. I'll read it out as they come in.
1 minute remaining.
Oh. Oh. So Devola says somebody said something like, "Are you always this much of a buzzkill?" And the other guy said, "Only when I'm dealing with children." And then the first guy was like, "You seem like the sort of teacher who would be like really annoying when homework is due." How about I
10 seconds remaining.
Where's the survivor?
Round over. Infection.
GG. Well, I want to get in a car with somebody. It's gonna be funny. What's this guy's username? Oh, I can't even see it. FMM. Ronan. My survival is reliant on Ronan's driving right now, so let's hope that he's pretty good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we might have fixed... Oh, our truck is gonna die. Or maybe not. It's kind of funny because in some ways it's better to be going faster because like you're going to do more damage to the zombies if you hit them and you're like harder to target. But if you're going faster, you get less control as well. Ha! It's gonna be a fun vehicle. I guess. Oh, I can't jump. Oh. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, that guy's no fun. No! I wonder how much momentum I can actually get with this thing. I don't think that much. Rude. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, what?
One minute remaining. Double kill. Zombie.
Okay.
Round over.
Okay. That was kind of broken.
Infection.
Okay, so we are getting close to the time I'll wrap up, so I'll do my final announcements. But I feel like back when I was like leading, I used to lead like a volunteer club a couple of years ago. I feel like it's like, okay, now that we're at the end of the meeting, members, it's time to do the announcements. So, for the next 3 days, my work schedule is going to be really wonky. So today is Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm afraid I won't be able to stream, or if I am able to stream, it'll be because like I got off work early, and it'll be kind of an impromptu stream, probably with my friends. Then on Sunday, I'll go back to the normal streaming schedule for the next, I think, 3 or 4 days, which will be 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Oh my goodness, wow. I am like a tumbleweed. Just going with the wind. Oh, I got righted again. Cool. Oh, never mind. Oh no, one of the guys who was being angry in chat quit. That's no fun. So yeah, so next 3 days will be kind of impromptu streams if I'm able to. And after that I'll be back to, yeah, Sunday 3 p.m. Eastern time to 6 p.m. or so Eastern time. Because I still work those days, but it's like I work at 6 p.m. my time. Which is 7 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, I died.
Zombie.
So yeah, Sunday at 3 p.m. is when I'll be back, and that'll be to finish Sonic 06. And if we finish that early, then we'll play a little bit of Sonic Adventure 2, I think. Ideally, I should have a Discord server figured out by Sunday. So I will announce the details of that then, and I think I would probably just be able to drop a join code in the chat.
Over.
But I'm not, I also probably look into what the best way to a administer a Discord group is, because that's the one thing when people start to join. I've got to have a couple of rules, you know, no slurs and all this kind of thing. Just you know, you gotta have those rules in place early. Otherwise, I don't want to have unfortunate comments made in my Discord server that I then become to some degree liable for. Oh my goodness, Duck Hunt. Okay, we're gonna play this a little bit. This is really fun. So there's a guy who's infected, who's like up on one of those perches over there. And so we're basically trying to get through this obstacle course while he shoots at us with a sniper rifle. It's like a classic custom game mode. Oh my goodness. And then if we can get through the obstacle course, if anybody can, then they get a chance to get at him from behind. Okay, do my health and shields go back up, or am I locked at this health? Okay, they do go back up. Ooh, this guy. Oh, come on, come on. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. He almost got me a couple of times there. Oh, shoot. Ah. Oh. Ooh, come on. Okay, we're back up to where we were. Shoot. Halo's like a weird game when it comes to platforming, because like it's not...
Suicide.
Shoot.
Zombie.
It's like not a platformer at all, but for some reason when you get the platforming challenges, it's kind of fun. It's kind of like Souls in that way. It just makes you feel like there's an extra challenge. So what we gotta watch for is to see... So one guy... Because there's two guys who are still alive. So if they can get to the end of the obstacle course... So this guy's pretty close to the end, actually. So you see, I think this will probably teleport him. Yeah. Oh, where did the... Oh, the hunt. So, it's just broken. Oh. The guy's like, jump off, Zombo is dead, and the other guy's like, F word, zombie is dead. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. This is probably a good time to wrap up. Okay, so yeah, I will be back Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That's all I've got for now. Sunday, should have the Discord server. I also might try to see if I can get some more interesting visuals. Like maybe some sort of like border, but that might wait a couple more days until after Sunday, depending on how much free time I have. But yeah, for now, this has been Crab Lord Caleb. Thanks for tuning in, Vice Grip, and I will see you and anybody else who may be watching. And I'll see you on Sunday for, I hope. If not, then another time in the near future. Peace.